Episode 6. Pixelated Perspectives, Episode 6. Thank y'all for coming back. I'm 2099.
Oh, you know who I am.
Got Sammy Stern, poop aficionado.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
fuck out of here,
Sunny
man.
Slim,
We don't talk about that shit on this fucking podcast.
best Halo player on Twitter.
Dung eater is what he said.
Dung eater.
Man,
The loathsome.
Oh my god.
You have to give him.
I
this
bet you
title.
you didn't even get his puppet ashes. I know.
No, he kicked my ass and I ran away. So.
All right, what y'all playing right now?
Go ahead,
One
Sam.
guess.
Cyberpunk.
I'm in the DLC now,
Oh.
and yo, the DLC's fire.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
It's
Need to
it's
play it.
better than the base game even. I'm loving that. Man, CD Projekt Red, they just know how to make a good DLC, man. They get it. I like the tone. I feel like is so much darker than the base game. It's just like grungy. Dogtown is just like run down, disgusting. I love it, man. I'm having a great time. And I'm pretty close to done. I'm like halfway through it now. Halfway through the DLC. And I'll finally be moving on.
I need to play it. I want to play it soon.
What you playing?
I just beat Trepang 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like a first-person shooter inspired by the Fear series.
Game is amazing.
Really awesome. Yeah, it's an FPS. You play as like a super soldier, and you're like up against this corporation that is doing like experiments on humans and stuff. So you fight like crazy monsters and shit.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, I really liked it. It was good. I'm still playing Blue Dragon. I've got Stellar Blade in the rotation, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I've played some Concord this weekend, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
The same stuff. I've been regular stuff. NBA 2K, Spider-Man, and of course we played a lot of Concord over the weekend, and that got me back into
Call of
Splitgate
Duty.
a little bit. Yeah, I played a little. See, the thing about when I play Call of Duty, I play a couple matches and then I'm like, fuck this game. Why did I put it on? Like it's fun for like 10 minutes, and then after that, it's like, yo, this shit boring, yo. So.
And it's
I
like
mean-
500 gigabytes.
Yeah, Call of Duty is cool for me. That's why I'm glad it's on Game Pass this year, so I can play the campaign, play a little bit of zombies, and then I don't feel like I spent all this damn money on the game. So
Yeah.
but other than that, that's it. So this week's new releases, feel free to fill in if you have any other ones, because this is just the main ones. So on Game Pass, of course, we got Flintlock and Dungeons of Hinterberg. And then the big one, which people are already playing if you paid $100 for, which I would never do for an EA Sports game. That's just stupid to me. But college football is officially out Friday, so what y'all looking forward to?
Probably
Okay.
that's probably the big one, right?
Yeah, I can't wait.
College
to play
football.
Friday.
People have waited like 11 years or something like that.
What was the last one? Was 14, right?
Yeah, but this one also has like the player names and the likenesses and all
Oh, is that
stuff,
true?
so
Oh, right. I forgot about that
Yeah.
deal. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
getting paid now, but it's still EA, so it's like I don't know, man. Like I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people
I'm
are
not playing
enjoying
it.
it.
But...
We also saw Neon White and Tachia hit in the last week since we had our last
On Game Pass, yeah.
episode 2 on Game Pass, yeah. Which were not on Xbox previously. So Flintlock
Is
looks-
Neon White like a weeb game?
Yeah, but it's like it's a first-person platformer though. But yeah, it's
Oh, it's a platformer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Wait,
I'm
so,
definitely- I'm
alright.
not playing that.
yeah, it's like a shooter platformer anime game. Yeah, so
That actually sounds cool, though.
yeah, about 11 hours to
Alright.
beat, 24 to complete. It looks pretty good. I've got it installed. And then as far as the other like bigger name things that are coming out, Flintlock looks okay.
Yeah.
I played the demo. It's getting kind of middling reviews, but I think it'll have a nice like cult following like you get with stuff like Forspoken and
Banishers.
Banishers and
Manager was good.
Suicide
Though.
Squad, where there'll be a lot of people that say it's bad, but then there'll be those few random people that love it more than anything on earth. That looks good. What was the other one that come out? Dungeons.
of Hinterberg.
That looked
That
pretty
looks
cool.
awesome.
Like a little indie dungeon crawler. That looks cool.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'm
Yeah, I
gonna.
like that one.
I don't know how I'm gonna fit any of these games into
I know, man.
my already 7 game rotation. I just started playing
Y'all sick.
Wilson Lords of Mayhem with my co-op partner, which
And
is
I'm sitting over here bored, like, oh my god, can they drop the damn games already? So I had something new to
right.
play.
Yeah.
Right, because
So,
you refuse to admit about your backlog after
There
a
you
while.
go.
yeah, so we just started that, and like I don't know, I've got a lot of games that I can play, and I've got Flintlock and Neon White and Iron Chronicle 100 Heroes and another Captured Treasure, and freaking Dungeons of Hinterberg is
My
installing right
God.
now on my computer. So
It's
like,
insane, dude. There's
Yeah.
just too much.
yeah, I'm thinking about taking a 2 week, like a 16-day vacation in August after the summer's
Oh,
over.
you're gonna finish like 50 games at the rate you play, dude.
Like I'm gonna spend half of it doing what I want to do, and I'm gonna spend the other half with my daughter. So
Sure, right. Yeah, fair enough.
it's gonna be good.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, lots of new games coming. Game Pass
Mhm.
sucks, but it also has lots of good games. So like
Mhm.
the price sucks. The games are great.
Yeah.
You playing any of
Yeah.
that, Sammy?
Dungeons of Hinterberg is a game I think I'm probably going to prioritize and play because that just looks cool to me. I like that kind of artsy fartsy little weird stuff. Flintlock, no. I knew the second I laid eyes on that, I knew that was gonna be mid. I have no yeah, I'm not playing that one. The other one was what?
College football?
Flintlock.
No, I'm not playing college football. Don't care. Chia, maybe like in 3 years if I run out of things to play. I'll give that a look. But no, yeah. So Dungeons of Hinterberg is the one that of those that I'm definitely looking at.
Yeah. I'll try. I'll probably play Dungeons and Hinterberry if I finish Flintlock like next week because I'll start vacation Friday, so I'm gonna knock Flintlock out probably like 2 days or something like that.
Nice.
So whenever I finish that game, I'll try Dungeons and Hinterberry. But that college football looking kind of crispy. You know what I'm saying? That road to glory
Yeah.
mode where you got to make sure your grades is right in school and you get text message invites to parties and girls could block your phone number on there and your performance on the field affects your grades and it's the real college experience and I'm looking forward
That's
to
amazing.
it because
That's pretty cool.
It just
They
looks
should make
good,
you
man.
They should make you study and take tests and shit.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
You gotta study on there. You gotta yeah, you do. You gotta
Hell nah, bro.
no,
I'm not
serious. You
down
gotta
with
do
that.
study. You gotta study. You gotta go to
It's
class.
a whole RPG.
You gotta pass
This is
your
just a
test.
Persona game, dude.
Oh
You
god.
know, because if you don't do good on your test and your grades ain't good, then you can only go to a community college. You know, so
Is NCAA college football a RPG?
Dude, it's a Persona game.
can
This
say
is
that.
Persona 6.
yeah, that road to glory mode is definitely a RPG based mode with minimal
That's
gameplay.
amazing.
It does not have a lot of gameplay outside of the RPG stuff.
That's wild, man.
You
What?
know,
Hilarious.
because they give you the real college experience where like the first year you're not really playing. You're not playing much. You're not on the field. You're just going to school and shit like that. So most people say they
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
really they don't start getting playing time until like the third season. So we'll see,
Sure,
man.
man.
But, yeah, I'm excited.
That's
for
actually
that.
cool, though. Learning that made me more interested in the game tenfold, to be honest with you. That's at least interesting.
Yeah, because I'm somebody that like I don't buy Madden. I haven't bought Madden in forever.
Years.
I don't watch football. I don't even like football. But this
Me
game is it just looks really good. So I'm definitely gonna get into that. But I think that's all the new releases. So
Wait, so hold on. How do you like Concord? I don't think we've talked about that.
that was what I was getting to next. So we can talk about it. So
Okay.
Steven, you go ahead and give your insight first, cause yeah.
Sorry, I like zoned out. I'm sorry.
That's nice. Very good. No, Concord.
I'm so
Concord.
sorry.
How do you like that?
Concord? Yeah, Concord. I'm sorry. It's awesome. I mean, I was really hating on it that first night because
Yeah, that first night we played, he was like, "Man, this shit whack and slow, this ass," and we was like, "Yo, just give it a couple more games, you
But
gonna
then-
fuck with it."
But then,
All right.
but then I uninstalled it from my PS5 and I installed it on PC. Where,
Okay.
You know, I could play it at 150 FPS and use an Xbox controller, and suddenly
Okay.
it was amazing.
So
no.
you feel like there's a really big okay.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like just in all seriousness, like I'm not comfortable on the DualSense at all in any way. So that was a factor. I mean, mostly it's just once you actually get 3 or 4 people on a team, and you realize that it's 100% focused on being a team game. Like you
That's
can't,
cool.
I can't run
That's
off by
very Halo,
myself.
to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but in Halo, I can run around on my own and get kills, right? Like in this
Yo,
game,
that's because you play. You're a different level, bro.
yeah. But I mean, like my point is just that like games like Overwatch and these hero shooters, like they're not Call of Duty. You don't get kills solo like that. So, the times that I would run off by myself, it would have to be communicating with them in the party. Like, hey, I'm flanking behind them. I would come around behind them, throw a couple grenades, and like, all right, go, and then they would attack too. So like, it's like, that kind of thing. So once that kind of like clicked and I started changing my mindset, it became, I mean, I was doing 15, 16, 17 kill games. So I mean, it was really good. I think it's going to need more modes, and
Well, we get a new mode tomorrow night.
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely download it, or play it again this weekend, and as much as I can anyway. But I think it's great. I mean, I don't know how it's going to do at the $40 price point, but just my own personal experience, I mean, I think they knocked it out of the park. So,
Sammy, are you there?
He's
Sammy?
frozen. He's frozen.
Hey, yo!
Oh no, he's messaging us.
Yo, he got cooked.
Yeah, he dropped.
Yo, Sammy got... All right, so while we stare at blank screen Sammy, frozen Sammy, Concord, I liked it a lot, man. And I'm somebody... he laughing in the chat. And I'm somebody that does not... Look, his face is so distracted because it's just like... It's
Just
right
staring
there.
into our skull.
It's...
Oh my god.
It was very fun, and I'm somebody that does not like Overwatch. I played the Valorant beta. I didn't like it a lot. So Valorant, Overwatch just weren't for me. But I like the way that Conquer feels. It's well, for the character I used, it was much faster pace. I didn't feel like I was at any disadvantage except for when he cooked. Except for when you try to play alone. Like if you try to play without a team, you playing with randoms, you're gonna get cooked. And that's just pretty much what it is. But as a team game, it was fun, man. We was all up in the party having a good time. We got on a roll. We were winning a lot of matches. My one probably negative about it was that the hardcore mode, which was the mode where you don't respawn and you gotta, it was basically like a capture the flag kind of thing. That mode kind of sucked. Like that mode just wasn't really that fun. But just the regular team deathmatch and kill confirm, that shit was fire. It's definitely a day one purchase for me. I can't wait to play more of it. We getting a new mode tomorrow night, and we getting a new map. So that's gonna be super dope. I was shocked, man. I was shocked. I thought it was a game, a beta I was gonna put on and be like, yeah, Overwatch, and be done with it. But they actually cooked, man. The graphics are good. I had a couple of frame drops. I'd probably say I had maybe 3 times out of the whole weekend where everything was going on and it just completely tanked all the frames. But other than that, it was smooth. I hope that the progression system is not like it was in the beta where you just unlocking random shit. Oh, look who's back.
Yo, we just got...
It's
There's no rain in the forecast here. It's coming down crazy right now. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, boys. What's going on?
It's supposed to thunderstorm down here too. So.
It's storming right now.
Yeah. But I just hope they update the progression. They fix the progression where I'm only unlocking stuff for my character that I'm using. It'll be perfect. But can't wait to play that again tomorrow. Sammy, are you interested in Conquer at all?
You know what? It looks cool. And can I tell you, like for me personally, if this was the kind of game that if it launched into a subservice, I would give it a try. But like I know if I bought this game, I'd play it with you guys one night, maybe 2, and then never again. Yeah. So I'm probably not gonna buy it. Like I did the same thing with Helldivers. I wasted my money on that game. It was good. It was cool. It's just not for me. So. Yeah, I mean, I have passing interest in it that I'd play it, but I'm not going to buy it.
So there was a job listing for Gears of War E-Day. that said they're looking for experience in Xbox Live, PlayStation Online, Steam, etc., etc. People freaked out and they said, "Oh, well, not people. PlayStation console warriors freaked out and they said, ha ha, Gears of War is coming to PlayStation, ha ha, Xbox suck, y'all giving all the games away." So in this world that, if it existed, right, I don't think it is, but if it existed where Gears of War landed on PlayStation in the near future, what are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean,
Oh man,
you
you go first. No, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I mean, obviously, I guess they didn't have PSN before in the job listings, but I don't think it means Gears of War 6 or E-Day is. It's definitely not launching on PlayStation 5. I mean, I think it's obvious Microsoft is open to putting games on PS5 now, and it makes sense that they probably want people in their development teams that know how to ship or develop games for the platform. So I don't know. At this point, I'm playing all their games on PC anyway, so where they go otherwise, it's like, I mean, I disagree with it. I don't think they should be releasing games on PS5. But it doesn't really matter what I think. So like they're not gonna change their mind. So I'm not gonna spend all day complaining about, you know, something that I can't change. So
I thought you froze for a second. I'm about to say, damn, they got him too.
Yeah,
no, my brain froze. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much would echo most of that. Like, do I think it's really awesome that Xbox is putting their games on PlayStation? Probably not. But it's also not like something that's going to keep me up at night or that I'm going to like whine about. And like, there's a part of me that's like, more people playing, like having access to games is a cool thing, but it would be really cool if there was, you know, if it was a two-way street. It's not. So I think, it's gonna, I don't know. I feel like for the most part, this is where the industry is headed overall anyway. Xbox is just doing it first, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. And like Steven said, most likely it's launching as an Xbox PC exclusive for however long, a year, maybe more, maybe less. So whatever. I don't know. It doesn't. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna enjoy the game, and I really only care about me. So
I'm gonna go off the deep end a little bit. If Gears of War, it was Halo at first. I was like, well, if Halo goes elsewhere, but Halo has just lost so much prestige thanks to 343 that it really. I mean, if Halo went to PlayStation today, it'd be like, okay, they got Halo, but whatever. But if Gears of War goes to PS5, shut down the company. It should. I don't think Xbox should exist anymore if it goes to PlayStation. That to me would be the final nail in the coffin, where it's like, all right, they officially just gave up. Just sell your little Fire Sticks and do whatever y'all doing, and just give up, because there's no point of you taking a franchise that means that much to the company, that much to the brand, has that much prestige, and just putting it on PlayStation. That's just like, all right, that's just like too much. That's too much in my opinion. So it's just like, I don't think it'll go to PlayStation, but if it do, it's like, all right, just wrap that shit up and sell the Fire Sticks and do whatever y'all gonna do. Because clearly the hardware, they can say Gears of War E-Day is exclusive right now. I don't think the next Xbox hardware is already gonna sell anything. So if you put it on PlayStation and eliminate the need for any type of Xbox device, then it's just like,
I think they just want their console to just be a side option. They don't care about it being their main focus, obviously. I mean, they're marketing for cloud on Amazon Fire Sticks, and they're
you don't need a console, right? That's their whole thing.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but my only retort to that is, how many more years do y'all think Satya is just gonna bleed money on Xbox before he wrap that shit up? It's been a long time.
I don't think
Xbox is going anywhere. Maybe hardware, the way we have grown accustomed
to it.
I'll
rephrase it. That's what I meant. Like the hardware. Okay. Like, I know that they don't care about the hardware no more. It's just another option to get into the ecosystem. But I just feel like eventually Satya is gonna be like, all right, there's no point of wasting money on it if it's not selling.
I think they're gonna have
one more generation.
This is kind of my headcanon for it, is that I feel like they're gonna create hardware so that their developers have something to develop on, and then something that they can run server blades for cloud and services. But But I mean, overall, I think whether that's an Xbox or just a PC, a custom PC, which is really all these consoles are at this point anyway. They're just custom PCs running, proprietary OS. But like, I feel like I don't feel like they're gonna keep competing in the high-powered console space. Like, I don't think they're gonna. After they might already have enough R&D in the next one right now where they're going to, but I don't even expect the next Xbox to be on par with the PS5 Pro. Like, I think it's going to be maybe slightly better than that, if it's better than that at all. And then the PS6 will just be.
Well, Sarah Bond said it was going to be
the most powerful.
Yeah, in evolution.
They said that about the Series X, and it's basically on par with the PS5 in most cases. So, it's different. I don't know. I'm not really So
my thought is that I think the next generation is going to be a power leap like we saw between these last two, something like that. But I think that they're going to like add in a gimmick, right? Like that's the rumor is that it's going to be like some form of handheld docking,
hybrid, yeah.
But like even though it's handheld, still be like full powered. At least that's some of the rumblings. I don't know how you do that and keep a battery life.
I just don't want them to do another split spec thing again. Like I don't really want an Xbox handheld because it's more split development. Right. I mean, it'd be cool, but it's just still more split development. And then the Series S is just like, on the one hand, like it's a cheaper console, but it's not so much cheaper that it's worth the caveats, right? Like it's not like it's $150 console, right? It's still $300. It doesn't cost that much more to get a Series X or a PS5 digital. And you're just having these issues with, too many SKUs. They have to make for PC, they have to make for Series S, they have to make for Xbox One X or Series X, and then and then early in the gen it was 1X and 1S and Series S and Series X and PC, and then you're like, oh, why did Halo Infinite launch unfinished? I was like, they're making it for like 7 platforms at the same time, and that's why, like, I feel like, on the developer side, sometimes these games get over criticized without the context of what they had to deal with. I mean, like, this isn't like a console war thing, but like one of the things I noticed about Concord, and even though it's in a beta, it doesn't have a 120 FPS option on the console. And it's like, I hope they do, because like, I mean, Halo Infinite did, and it was campaign and multiplayer and being made for tons of different platforms. This game's PC and PS5, and like, it's a multiplayer game. It should have a high frame rate mode, like, so there's stuff like that where I just feel like, Microsoft and Xbox as a corporation set up their developers for failure and for struggles by mandating way too many hardware platforms.
That's fair. I mean, we've already seen a couple examples this gen. Nothing too crazy. And I'll be honest, I think it's because I have a Series X too, but I love my Series S and I play it pretty often. But I do see how it's made things difficult for Xbox and for developers. And I heard, it's all rumblings, but like it sounded like the rumor was that their goal at some point was to make a hybrid where there's no loss in power, regardless of the mode. But I don't know how you do that. I mean, I wouldn't know how you do it anyway. But
the silicon costs what it costs. Like, there's no way to make a Series S or a Series X that can be sold as a Series S for. I mean, I guess you could, but it would still cost the same to.
I mean, look at the Series X digital. It's still full price.
Yeah, it's the same power. So I don't know. I mean, my thing is just like I don't dislike the Series S on a consumer level, but I feel like,
it's held them back a bit.
Yeah, they've made too many concessions, and like you said, it hasn't been anything major really. I mean, the Series S versions of games are very downgraded, but I mean, it's no different than low end PCs. Right, like you make concessions to get a game to run or whatever. I think my issue really is just like, it has resulted in some delays, right? And it's usually smaller or indie developers, right? I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, they're not really small, but they are an independent developer. That Wukong game is another one.
Yeah.
And so like, I think it's fair to say that it's partly Xbox's fault, but also partly like developers don't have the motivation to put in the extra time to.
Or even the bandwidth, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like you're gonna focus on the most popular console. That's when you're gonna get the most return on, right? And that's the PS5, right? If the Series S
yeah,
had worked, if the Series S had done what they wanted it to do, and they were like at 50 million consoles right now,
exactly.
I don't think there would be delays on Xbox. I think
I agree. Yeah.
they would have
Yeah,
got it
it's
out.
clearly it's not that the
Yeah,
Series S can't run the games because by nature of the fact that it's delayed and still coming out, the game can run. It's how much time, what priority, those sorts of things. So
right.
Remember that firefighter game?
yes,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
Quantum Era? Remember that
yeah, yeah.
game? And they were talking about how
Uh-huh.
the Series S SSD, and that game
That
came
shit
out,
didn't run on
and that
PS5
game
anyway. That game
and
was
it
ass.
and it looked like a PS3 game after they talked all that shit. That was hilarious, man.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
was terrible, especially since the Series X and S SSD is the
I
same.
just
So
thought about it because they was sharing posts I seen, and they was saying that it's $9 now on PSN, and I was like, that's too much, bro.
I remember that PlayStation fanboy on Twitter saying it was amazing, and I was like, bro, you're
Yeah.
lying.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You're
I know
lying.
exactly what you're talking about.
You
Dog
are a
shit.
liar, bro.
Dog shit.
I'm not saying you can't enjoy games that people are bad. I enjoy lots of games that aren't that good, but like, don't get on here and act like
Don't lie. Don't lie.
everybody was
Yeah.
wrong about this. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you can tell the difference between a game. That's like some Life of Black Tiger shit, where you're like, this game's actually really fucking good. This game's good. All the Xbox don't know what they're talking about. Like, no, it's fucking terrible. What are you talking about?
All right, so Sammy,
Yeah.
talk to us about that Project 007. I don't know too much about it, but it looked kind of swaggy based on what they were saying.
Yeah, so the chief development officer, Veronique Lallier, I believe is how you say it, had an interview, and she was just, it wasn't, she didn't give out too many crazy details, but it's like a standalone story, and I guess a non-lookalike character, I believe, unless it was a weird translation, but I believe what you said is that it's not a non-lookalike character, so like their own 007, and just that it's like, it's something they're passionate about. It wasn't, it's kind of weird, but like maybe we need more context with the question that was asked, but she was like, it wasn't forced on the team. It's just something we're all passionate about and like a natural fit to go from Hitman to 007, which I can see. So I think it's just cool. We haven't heard anything about it in a long time. So
it's the Hitman
it's
days?
kind of cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So it's just cool to know that it's alive and well and they're excited about it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, would you guys be excited for another 007 game? I would.
All right, let's be real. All right, let me take this one. All right, so this is going to lead into a different topic, but kind of the same topic. All right,
Okay.
So I'm actually very interested in that. We need a updated James Bond game, something, even if it's not James Bond, just something in that same, realm.
Spy kind of thing.
But after we played the GoldenEye remaster on Xbox, right? I didn't bother with the Switch version because the Switch runs games like dog shit. I'm not even gonna bother with that. But I played it on Game Pass. Can we admit that game is trash today? Please.
Yeah, because that was still part of the era of the single analog stick, right? Like it is never gonna feel good unless you're getting the, you know what I mean? Like I get what you're saying. I mean, for its time, it was legendary.
I just want people to understand that game sucks, because you still have people out here saying, "Oh, it's the greatest first-person shooter of all time, and it's so great." And this was when the golden age of first-person. Like, no, it's not the golden age, bro. It was cool for back then, but it sucks.
I think there has to be a distinction made between the greatest FPS of all time, which no, and maybe arguing that it's like one of the most important FPS games of all time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, shut up, Steven. Go ahead. What?
I don't know. I don't think FPS mattered on console until Halo. So,
I mean, Halo's the greatest FPS ever created. I mean, I don't think that's. Is that a debate? Is there something else that?
Yeah, I think it's debate. Doom.
Doom?
I mean, Doom was different though. We're talking about like, Doom wasn't really
any Doom.
Doom was PC mostly. The console versions were good.
Wait, are we talking about the best or the most important?
Yeah, Doom would be the most important FPS just in general, because it literally. I mean, well, Wolfenstein was before it, but Doom was what really launched the genre.
I'm a Duke Nukem guy, so I'll say Duke Nukem.
And they really, but my point really is that like, until you had the dual analog stick, and Halo wasn't
Mhm.
the first FPS with the dual analog stick controls. There was an Aliens game that had it, and everyone said that the controls made no sense because they were all dumb, and they didn't realize how great that was going to be. I just don't think it was done very well in that game. Bungie,
Mm.
you know,
They were the first to get it right.
the magnetism and the aim assist is what made it
Mm-hmm.
finally feel really good to play on a control stick. I mean, I get why GoldenEye was so important to so many people growing up, because if you had an N64, you probably had that game. It had the death match, and
Mhm.
it did play okay for a single stick shooter. But I
That
don't
controller is
think,
dog shit too.
like
I will say that for another day though.
I don't know. Like, I just don't agree that it had that big of an impact. Like, Bungie was already making shooters when GoldenEye came out, so people act like they were inspired by GoldenEye, and I mean,
Yeah, I don't think that's the
unless
right thing to say.
unless one of the developers say that, I don't know for sure. But my thing is like, they were more inspired by Doom, because Marathon was a lot like Doom, and it
Mhm.
improved on Doom in a lot of ways. Where their problem was they just made games on Apple Mac computers, so no one ever played them. But yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I
mean,
don't
like,
think it's about inspiration, but more. I mean, could you argue that it was the first like really successful competitive
yeah,
first-person shooter on a console?
probably, yeah, it
Yeah.
probably was.
So that
But I mean,
alone is enough to
but then it's like, how do you
make it
judge
really important,
success
right?
on the N64, which was kind of not a very strong console as far as sales go, right? Like, it didn't have a lot of reach. Like, the PS1 dominated that generation. So, you know,
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Nintendo Nintendo sold more Game Boys, right?
yeah,
So
and it wasn't even the last time they'd do something like that,
yeah.
where
So
they'd
I mean,
sell more
like,
of their.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say that's a reason why a game isn't important, because there's obviously a
Listen,
lot of important games on the
I
N64.
don't want to
But
go on. I'm not going on a Nintendo rant, but listen, eventually we gonna have to talk about Nintendo having a lot of trash consoles. They have a lot of trash consoles.
They've failed a lot. I don't think the N64 was a trash console. So if that's where you're headed, then we can have the debate right
The
now.
N64 is trash, man.
Oh come
Listen,
on,
it has some of the
dude!
greatest games. It has
Yeah,
some of
its
the
games,
greatest
its
games.
top
And
games were better than
listen, even if you,
PlayStation's.
yeah, I'll say top, but even if you look at the full library, most of it was dog shit. Outside of the top
Yeah, but
games.
that's true of every. That's true of PS1 too.
Nah, I can't say that.
Yeah,
that's
dude, because their
Nah,
library was gigantic. Most of it was shit.
nah, that's not true, bro.
yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
it is.
No, it's
It
not.
is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. Yes, it is.
I think it's definitely probably true that the majority of the library of any console ever has been garbage.
Has been
Nah.
ass. Yeah.
I think y'all
Yeah.
overstating that. I don't think that's
Oh,
true.
no, but I will say
And I'm
PlayStation
not-
had a larger library of good games than the N64 by nature
Yeah.
of having like 10 times the amount of games.
I
Yeah.
think if you just pick, if you outside, even if you just go outside of the let's say the top 5 for each system, you go outside of that and you say just give me 20 random games, you're gonna find 20 random games that are better on PlayStation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They had more,
I don't
a
think
higher
there's a
number
more
of good
though.
games.
I don't think so. I don't
I'm
think
saying
it's,
no. I'm saying there's a larger library of good games.
no. I agree, but I don't think it's by nature of the quantity though. I think they just have more quality games because they had more quality games and they had a better system.
Maybe. I mean, sure. I mean, the PS1 was probably inarguably a better system by having discs, right? Like,
The Sega Saturn was better too. That don't mean nothing.
well, the Sega Saturn was its own thing, man. That was its own weird, its own
All right, we're
weird
not gonna look.
failure.
We gonna say this one
That
another day. We
console
ain't gonna
does
bag
its
on that.
own weird fucking failure, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about the consoles another day. But Call of Duty to hit all platform, the beta. Is that a big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that big for y'all? Y'all tell me why that's big.
I mean, for me, no, but I think apparently it's the first time that's ever happened that like an open beta is hitting all the
Oh, wow.
platforms at the same time.
Yeah, I really wish, and this is going to come off as like fanboyish, but I wish
Uh-oh.
Microsoft would leverage the fact that they own the IP to push their products, like their subscriptions. The only place you can play the beta in the first weekend should be Game Pass.
Yeah, man, that's exactly
Like,
what they were essentially
if you
told they can't
pre-order
do.
it, or if you pre-order it on Xbox, like that
Call of
should be
Duty
the
should
only
be a
place.
timed exclusive. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, and we don't know how much of it is from, the courts and stuff and what they had
Right,
to
right.
agree. I don't know what all they had to agree to. I think
So
it
they
was
want to
mostly,
make their money.
I think it was mostly just cloud stuff that they had to agree to, but I I feel like they should be
There were
leveraging it.
definitely things where like it had to be the same across the board. I'm pretty sure, or at
Because
least
that's my
Microsoft.
thing. Because that's my thing. Like PlayStation has spent the entire generation and a half getting exclusive Activision content for their games, whether it's levels or early access or 30 days first on map packs or a year on Destiny strikes, whatever it is, or guns and stuff like that. So I mean, the fact that they're not willing to do it either is they just don't care to do that, or they can't because of the court agreements. So I don't know. I don't know the facts on that. If there's nothing preventing them from doing it, I think it's kind of silly to not leverage Call of Duty to market your services. Like, why would you want to put it on PS5? Open like the open beta on PS5 day one when you could have it on Xbox and PC exclusively. You don't think Call of Duty guys are gonna, check out Game Pass to play Call of Duty? Like, of course they will. Like, so I mean that's my opinion on it. I think they should be leveraging their IP to promote their services. Like, it doesn't seem like a crazy thing to say. But they want to play the nice guy, I guess. So which is good. It's good for the gamers. For the consumers, it's great. Like, you don't have to worry about it. But I mean, Xbox gamers have had to wait for the last 10 years for if they play Call of Duty. They have to wait for everything to finish its run on PlayStation. So I don't really see why it can't be the other way around. But that's
What do you think 2099?
Bro, listen. Call of Duty has been dog water for so long, bro, that just Call of Duty just really don't move me too much. Like, it's catered to the kids, nowadays, all the skins and just even competitively. So, I've been saying for a couple years now that I think Call of Duty is trash and it should be in a service. So I'm happy that it's actually on Game Pass because Call of Duty doesn't deserve any money. It should be in a service where we can just go to a service, play it, hop on and play it whenever we want to, and then the next year they just bring out the next one in the service. And even to a bigger conversation, all yearly games should really be in a service. And I personally think that buying any yearly game digital is one of the dumbest things you can do as a consumer because it's going to be worthless in a year. So why would you not just get it physical where you can get some of your money back? I digress. Yeah, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. I'm going to play it in Game Pass. I'm definitely not spending no money on that shit this year. I'll be playing it on PC Game Pass. And, I'll play it probably for a couple of hours, beat the campaign, and then I'll move on with my life. There are so many better games coming out in August, September, October, and November.
I think the campaign will probably be pretty fun. I really like Call of Duty campaigns, so I'll probably play through that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
PC.
But that's why I said I'm gonna play it for 3 hours, because that's about the length of the campaigns, and then I'll be done with it. I'll play a little bit of zombies because they're going back to how they used to do it for Black Ops, so that'll be cool for a couple hours. But yeah, it's on Game Pass, so it's cool.
So do you think that this is part of that like kind of mandate to be sort of done with competing in hardware? Like, the only thing I can think of is that unless of course they can't do it, is they'd be cutting out a huge player base by not putting it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think they know that within the next 10 years there will be no Xbox and they will be called Microsoft Gaming. So at the point that you are Microsoft Gaming, you want to have that relationship with PlayStation where it's like, all right, we never did nothing to y'all. We gave y'all Call of Duty open beta at the same time, so they can keep the relationship going. So that's what I think.
It's gonna be sad to as a Xbox gamer since the beginning to boot up a game on my PC because I don't have an Xbox anymore. And you don't even get the Xbox logo anymore because, like, what sense does it make to be Xbox if there's no console?
It's gonna be Microsoft.
There's no box.
Trust me.
So it's gonna be Microsoft Game Pass. It's gonna be Microsoft Game Studios.
Does that do something to you, Steven? Like seriously, would if the branding of like Xbox itself went away, would that kind of like detach you from?
Yeah. It would.
Would that be like that? Yeah.
I mean, I think, and it's like one of those things where, I really hate some of the discourse and stuff online because it's really frustrating. As a genuine fan, I'm not on here bullshitting about what I like, right?
Right.
Like,
Yep.
to see people like, say things like Xbox has never done anything for the industry, and it's like, y'all
Oh
are
yeah,
full of
it's
shit.
nonsense,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Like,
disingenuous.
like
That's
Microsoft,
nonsense.
Microsoft and Xbox have been one of the biggest drivers of innovation in the industry. Like,
Absolutely.
PlayStation has done a lot of what play PS Plus,
Yeah.
PSN,
PSN
uh, freaking backward compatibility.
Man, party
online
chats. Party
party
chats.
Um,
chat.
Nobody.
Achievements, trophy,
I
like that's yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Burning your music
achievements.
onto the system and using it in the
Now,
game.
now,
Yes, dude, that shit was fire. I loved
yeah,
that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
and they've fallen off of continuing to innovate and do
To
things, right?
innovate.
Like, they've fallen off of that as they've
Game Pass
moved.
and innovation?
True, yeah, I would say so. But I just mean like in general, like, the console doesn't seem to be,
Yeah.
doing anything.
I don't think
they're
they
gonna
fell
get on
off.
Anything
I don't think they fell off with the innovation. They just took a L.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox One, they tried to innovate heavily.
They
It
fucking
just was
killed
the
them.
But I
wrong
mean,
kind of
like,
innovation.
But
Yeah,
I
it killed them.
remember during the Activision buyout, and then shortly after Bethesda, people talking about how Microsoft has never created anything, and this and
Oh god,
that,
it's such
and,
nonsense,
and,
dude.
and Xbox has never created anything, and I'm like, people are like, they bought Bungie, and I'm like, okay, well, Bungie would not be the studio they are today if Microsoft didn't buy them.
Right,
So
of
let's
course. Yeah.
stop that right now. Like, they wouldn't Halo would not have been as big without Xbox.
Right.
And Xbox would not have been as big without Halo. Like,
Right.
there's no world where they stayed with Apple and Apple is now the third
Yeah.
console manufacturer and Halo is the same thing it is today. It's not. It's just
Do you know
not.
what my
Like,
favorite one is? Did you see there were a few people on Twitter saying Xbox is bad for the devs. It would be great if we bullied them out of the space and they no longer existed. As if that wouldn't mean 200,000 devs wouldn't immediately lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Where would they go? It would destroy the fucking industry.
I mean, it's just brain rot, bro. It's just brain rot, bro. You can't even. I don't
Absolutely,
even be,
yeah.
like you'll get no argument from me about them not being very good in the modern day. I think that their dev teams still put out good games, whether they're fucking Last of Us award-winning games or not. I don't give a shit. But they put out good games, and the console just hasn't been a focus. And but yeah, I would agree. I would agree that they're indicative of their place in the industry. They're third place, and that makes sense because of how the last 10 years have gone for them.
They've earned that spot.
But to pretend that they haven't had any positive impact is just fanboyism.
Not even worth talking about.
So
yeah, 100%, man. I agree.
So BioShock 4 and Space Marine 2 leak. What's going on with BioShock 4? I'm not the biggest BioShock fan. Well, I'm not a BioShock fan. So y'all tell me about BioShock.
Okay. Steven, do you want to?
I didn't even know it was a BioShock 4 coming. Did they announce this? Was it a teaser or something? They announced it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I had just played BioShock for the first time a couple years ago, so I didn't even know there was a BioShock 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it was first talked about in like 2016 or 18 or something. Like, it's been a long time. And then some screenshots from 2021, I guess, now have leaked. It was like you could see the HUD. There was a shotgun, and then like a couple towers. So I guess it's rumored to take place in an Antarctic city in the 60s. I should say, I played the first BioShock game this year for the first time, and I loved it. I loved it. So I haven't played any of the other ones yet. I'm going to, but I know that Ken Levine, who's like the creator of it, he wasn't involved in the second one, or was he involved in the third one? I'm not sure. And he's not involved in this one.
I only played Infinite. That's the only one I played.
Okay, well, and that game had some weird stuff. But so yeah. Anyway, it's rumored to take place in an Antarctic city in the 60s. It's called Project Parkside. And I mean, I think it's a series that is important to gaming, and that I'm probably going to catch up with. But
why?
Why?
Why do you think it's important to gaming?
I think that having played BioShock 1 now, you can see that a lot of games took from it. I mean, it wasn't exactly an RPG, but it had some great RPG elements, and that choice and consequence stuff. Like, I think BioShock 1 is maybe one of the first ones to really popularize that in console gaming. Like, because the first one came out in 2007, 2008, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around
And so I think that was a pretty big part of where gaming went for a long time afterwards. But I know that was a lot of that was behind the name of Ken Levine, the guy who like really spearheaded all of that, and he's making his own game called Judas with
it. Yeah,
Ghost
that
Story
game
Games.
looks good. That game looked really good. I
Right,
was
and
kind of
that
bummed
game-
out when I found out it was a roguelike, I'll be honest, but still looks very good.
Is it roguelike elements or is it like hardcore like a roguelike game?
I would have to do the research.
Okay.
From Twitter,
Okay.
Twitter tells me it's a roguelite. I don't know. I haven't looked into it
Okay.
too much though.
Okay. Well, I just know that guy, I mean, he made a great game in BioShock 1. I love that. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they haven't even talked about it officially in a really long time. So we'll see what they have to show hopefully soon.
Space Marine 2. Listen, fuck that leak. I'm not looking at it. I'm so excited to play that
Didn't see
game.
anything.
It reminds me so much of Gears of War. Like a
Right,
but
yeah,
like
it
a
looks
more
just like
squad based. It looks exactly like Gears of War, almost copy and paste. But in the Warhammer universe and more squad based. So I can't wait to play that. Launching in September. It's gonna be great. Day one, definitely have it. And I hope it's crossplay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm
it
excited
looks
for
really good.
Space Marine 2.
I didn't play
I'm
the
excited.
first one.
I'm gonna play the first one leading up to it again.
Was the first one a third person shooter too?
It was a third person game, yeah.
Okay.
It had a multiplayer as well. This game looks like it's gonna have like a PvE multiplayer though, not well. I think it does have a PvP as well. But it's gonna have like a horde mode, and it's made
cool.
by or I don't know if it's made by the same developer, but it's using the same engine I think that World War Z was on. So that's got like the swarm of the Tyranids, and that shit looks so cool. I'm glad to see. We see a lot of the same enemies in Warhammer games, so I'm glad to see Tyranids here, and it looks so good. Like it looks. I'm looking at the trailer right now as I talk because I was thinking about it. But it comes out September 9th. I think I'll be getting that one day one. On
I would get that. Like if that's something we could all play together on a stream or something, that sounds like it could be pretty fun.
Yeah, that game looks incredible.
Hopefully it has crossplay.
I'm about to look it up.
The leak was the full game, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Like this was apparently like a massive leak. That sucks. I'm sorry. Like I know I'm like, you know that there's that SpongeBob meme where everyone's like, somebody says like they don't want to see it, and then it comes out and it's both of SpongeBob and Patrick dressed up like pirates, and their eyes are literally pressed to the map. Like I'm like that, where like I hate when games get leaked like that. That sucks. But at the same time,
crossplay is supported on launch, so that's great.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome, man. Yeah. So anyway, it looks awesome. It sucks that their work was leaked before they were ready to show it all.
Yeah.
But you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I think that for the most part, unless the game really it sucks for the devs. It's not right, but for the most part, unless a game really looks complete dog shit, it's not gonna deter anybody from buying it.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt them. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, like so many leaks across every company damn near. Remember Grand Theft Auto 6 gameplay leak like 2 years ago. And we were looking at that game, full gameplay in the open world, robbing stores and all type of stuff. So it's just like
Wolverine too, right?
Wolverine leak, that leak.
Mm-hmm.
That's
not stopping me from getting it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Not stop me from leaking it.
I hate every time I see people posting that shitty looking PC mod of Spider-Man 2 on PC. That shit looks terrible. It looks like ass compared to the console version, and I'm tired of people acting like it's better. It's not. It's terrible. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like when it actually comes to PS5 and then gets mods, I'll be interested in that. But like we're not doing this. Like this is like it's like those every round then some guy makes Halo in Roblox and everyone acts like, oh, this looks way better than Halo. Like, shut the fuck up. Like shut the fuck up. Y'all are no.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. You about to get canceled.
The second Halo comes up, he's
he's flying off the handle when somebody says Halo.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
That was not. No,
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this game looks awesome, man, and maybe day one for me. I may play this game. It's hard for me to say, man, but I may play this game.
All right, so you said I think that Wolf Among Us 2 screenshots. I don't play Telltale games; they don't have any gameplay. So you talk to us about Wolf Among Us.
I've never played a Telltale game either, by the way. But I've heard this one's great, and this was supposed to come out this year, and there's been no word on it. Like nothing.
They had a trailer a long time ago. They revealed it.
Long time, right? But I just mean this year we've heard nothing. They didn't show up at any shows. They haven't said a word. So these screenshots are pretty much the first signs of life we've gotten in a long time. It's a game that I've been planning to play for a really long time. Like I bought it physical, all that stuff. So it could be cool. I think the idea of Telltale games is actually kind of cool. Like I like a visual novel, like that sort of thing. So we'll see.
Tell you about Wolf Among Us. I've played the first game. I didn't really like it, so.
Oh, really?
Interested. Yeah.
What didn't you like about this game, by the way?
I think I was just burnt out on Telltale by that point. Like I'd played like every freaking Telltale game up until that point, all the Walking Dead ones. I don't know. I think it's just fatigue on that, but I think with those kind of games, it's got to be an IP I'm interested in. So like, I really enjoyed The Expanse and Star Trek Resurgence last year. Actually, I think I played The Expanse this year, and then I played a Batman one this year too.
So it's really not fatigue because you're playing them still.
Well, there's the Star Trek Resurgence was the first time. That was last May, 2023. That was the first one I had played in years. Years and years. I haven't played one in years. And then I played Expanse early this year, and then I was still wanting more of that, so I played Batman. So there's I've played 3 in the shortest amount of time that I've played those kind of games in a while.
Do you think if you revisited this, you would have different feelings, or was it something that you thought was just genuinely bad?
Maybe. I think I just didn't have much interest for the source material either, because I didn't really know anything about it going in. I know it's like a graphic novel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it hasn't been something I've been really interested in. So,
gotcha.
But I mean, I'm sure it's going to be good though. It looks interesting. I'll probably play it at some point, but
okay.
Because I played the first one, but I'm not like hyped for it.
Gotcha.
So,
do y'all want to before we get to the last topic? Do y'all want to talk about the Deadpool's ass controller and Xbox?
I saw that. What is that about? I just saw the picture of it and I scrolled by it, but
they're doing a sweepstakes for a Deadpool themed Xbox with like 2 swords on the back, and then the controller has like has Ryan Reynolds' ass cheeks on the back grips.
Incredible.
So when you're holding it, it's like you're spreading his cheeks.
Oh my god. That is sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wish I just wish they would sell their special edition stuff.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's one fucking way to sell a console besides actually having games.
Mixed.
I mean, look at the Switch. People have like 9 Switches because they've got every single Zelda one that has a different colored Triforce on it. That's the only thing they do.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
It's not even
such cool ones. Xbox, but they don't sell it. It's not available.
Yeah,
because
I ain't gonna lie, I would run to GameStop and trade in my Series X to buy a Deadpool Series X.
Man, there's lots of cool.
For that, I wanted to get that Halo one, but I couldn't get it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have too much to say about the butt cheek controller, other than I wish Xbox would make some of these special edition consoles available. They're really. I'm not a wrap guy. Like the wraps on I'm never gonna buy that. But if there was
I don't know who's buying the wraps for the Series X. Nobody. But
if there was a really cool
Series X anyway, it was like what 3 million sales or something like that out of like the 27.
No, they actually wound up saying it was a lot closer to 50-50, I believe, in the end.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I'm never gonna buy a wrap for it. Like if there was a really cool special edition one. Wrap? No, I wanted a Starfield console. I would have bought that.
You not gonna get the wrap?
I'm not buying no fucking wrap, man. I don't care about that. I don't turn my Series X into a burrito. Give me a good fucking special console and I'll buy it today.
I will say, I would buy a special edition Xbox. I love the idea of the wraps, but it's another thing they're not doing anything with. Like they should have had a Halo one and a Gears of War one and a
there's like camo, a couple different colors.
But I mean, I would love it. I love it because it fits your Xbox pretty good. Like it looks about as close to. It looks better than one of those sticker skins you'll buy off Amazon. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you could change out your Xbox and without having to buy another $500 console. I would pay $50. I think I paid like 35 for the Starfield one, but I would pay that much and buy one of those. And the plates too. I mean, PlayStation doesn't do anything with the plates, which
Man,
is baffling because it
I
seems
don't
like that's
the
what they
plate
bought
stuff,
those for.
bro. I'm never messing with the plates, bro. Like
Another thing they stole from
it
Xbox
feels
because
too. It just
360.
feels too cheap to mess around with the plates and pop them off. I'd be scared that when I pop it off, it's gonna break. I'm like, I'm not messing with that shit, man.
But I like the idea of a way to personalize your
Customize
Xbox with your favorite game or your PlayStation with your favorite game by being able to just buy something and put it on your console. And they don't.
You know what I have for my PlayStation? I think it's cooler than the wraps even. My wife bought me. I don't know if I've showed you guys pictures of it, but she off Etsy bought me Venom's head, and the guy made it specifically for a PS5, so it has the perfect curve to put it right on the front. It looks like his head's coming out of the black part of my PS5. That's cooler than any fucking wrap you can get, in my opinion. So I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, have y'all played the Deadpool game before we move off the topic?
I never beat it, but I played it back in the day. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
It is very expensive. Like they have a physical copy. So
is that true? I have it physically.
I have that post the other day.
Listen, all of them licensed games. I seen one of the Insomniac devs. I was talking to him the other day. He was like, I just got Spider-Man PS1 physical finally. And I'm like, I've had that thing sitting on my shelf forever, but you go online and try to buy it, that shit is
well, when
$100.
Well, when I was
at Dreamcast, even more.
Yeah, that version is super exclusive.
When I was at Second and Charles the other day getting those games, they had like Ultimate Alliance 2 on the PS3 for like $40. They had Deadpool on Xbox One. It was like $78 or $90 or something like that. I was like, dude, like they had Switch games for like $100, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like I ain't buying
Switch games.
Yeah. It was some Japanese game, so I'm sure it's rare.
Oh, like an import or something.
Yeah, probably.
Listen, I have 50 Cent Blood on the Sand on PS3, and Xbox had made that back compat. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll go get an Xbox copy now. That shit is $80 on Xbox if you want to find a physical. That was the cheapest one I saw on like eBay. So listen, the licensed games, man, them things cost so much. My GameStop still sells like PS3 physicals and 360 physicals.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
And they had Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, and then I was just looking at it, even though I already got it, but it was like the full $60. Like
that's like a little cheap from the last time I looked, man. That's like crazy. Do you remember? You know when I was looking up recently? Do you guys remember the Wu-Tang fighting game back on PS1?
PS1, I had it.
That's over $100 now.
I had it.
And then,
it was Thrill Kill at first. Do you remember that?
Yes. It was such a cool game, and there's the special edition controller too.
Yeah.
That like now it's like thousands now.
The yellow Wu shape. Yeah.
Yes, dude, that shit was sick, dude. I was looking at that, but yeah, man, no, these licensed games, it's nuts, man. If you can get your hands on, I go to the flea markets for that kind of stuff, and sometimes you find like amazing gems for a couple bucks. So we'll see. I'm going this weekend.
Yeah. So Nintendo, tell us what Nintendo is doing to the people.
Okay, so the story is that apparently they have for a really long time failed to credit external translators. Apparently on games like Tears of the Kingdom, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Super Mario RPG, and then not just failing to credit them, they make them sign a 10-year NDA.
Damn.
Which means they can't talk about the fact that they worked on the game. They can't talk about the game. So there's just no way for them to get any credit. And all of these sources from this article stayed anonymous for fear of reprisal. Because, Nintendo's litigious as hell, dude. They'll sue you if you look at them the wrong way. So, there's upwards of, 25 translators for these games. So like these people they have no way to put it on their resume. They're getting no credit for the work they've done. It's exploitative and it's gross. Yeah. I mean, that's the story pretty much.
Go ahead, Steve.
I mean, these are companies, right? Everyone loves to act like Nintendo's some angel corporation that doesn't ever do anything wrong. The CEO took a pay cut instead of, it's because he has to.
I'm so sick of hearing that, man. Yeah, he wanted to keep his job.
Like Nintendo's never laid people off or done anything, bad for their employees. Like, get out of here. Like,
Or consumers.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they are like any other publisher in the industry. They have a lot of good things and they have a lot of bad things, and this is just one of those
Exactly.
things where they don't feel like they have to credit people who worked on their franchises, and it's gross. But I mean, I'm not surprised. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
they feel entitled. So they feel entitled to the work that these people put in. So
$20.99, go off, man. Give Nintendo a piece of your mind, bro.
I'm tired, man. I don't want to keep talking about Nintendo every week, man.
I'm
Listen,
tired.
we know. Listen, this is the same company that sells upscale Super Nintendo games for $60. The same company that makes you pay for a shitty online service to play Pokemon Stadium. Bad
They make me sick.
online, no voice chat, bad frames, the worst online internet connection you could possibly have, full price games from decades ago, no voice acting in Pokemon game in 2024.
Oh my god, dude.
Link still hasn't spoken. We don't know if he's mute. We don't know if he can't talk. We don't know anything about this dude. This is Nintendo, man. Like, I'm not shocked. Yeah. I'm just not shocked at them anymore. And I used to be. I'm gonna get my dad on here, man. So
oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
My dad, he used to always make fun of me growing up because my dad would have the Xbox. He brought the first Xbox. He brought the PS2. Or he'll buy one of the systems, and he had the first Xbox. He'd be like, so all right, so which one you want when you graduate school this summer? Which one you want? And I'm like, man, get me that GameCube. I ain't rocking with the PlayStation. I ain't messing with that. Get me that GameCube. And then he always make fun of me. I'm over here playing Halo. You playing Smash Brothers. You playing Mario Sunshine. I'm over here playing this, that, and the third. Even the Wii. Even I'm telling you, every generation. I asked for him. I asked for Super Mario. What was it? Galaxy. I think it was Galaxy 2. I asked for that for Christmas one year. He laughed me out the room. He like, you really still playing these children games on that trash underpowered system? Like, that's so. And I've been the biggest Nintendo fan. They have just broken me throughout the years, man. They have destroyed me to the point where I just can't defend them no more. I just don't even care, bro.
Dude, have you ever seen a company fail? Like you were mentioning earlier, they failed so many times.
Oh my god.
But the optics around them are immaculate.
Bro, I don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, like, you compare something like the Genesis to the Super Nintendo, the Genesis was clearly better. Something like the Nintendo 64 that when you look back on it didn't even sell that much compared to the PlayStation, but people look at it as one of the greatest systems of all time.
Was one of the greatest systems, bro.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll let you slide with that. Listen, they got WCW NWO Revenge, so I'm gonna let them slide on that.
No, they have no mercy, bro. That's what they have. They have no mercy.
NWO Revenge clears.
Oh my god! You got SmackDown Mall, okay? You can't buy the hoe for $50,000.
I don't listen. Did No Mercy have Goldberg or the NWO on it? That's all I need to know. Who did they have on the roster? Did they have Diamond Dallas Page? Did they have Juventud Guerrero?
Diamond Dallas Page, bro.
Did they have Rey Mysterio?
I have Undertaker. I got Stone Cold, The Rock,
Did they have the Giant? Did they have Did they have Harlem Heat? No, I said the Giant. I'm talking about Big Show, not Andre.
Oh yeah, you want to know a funny story about that? He was actually going to be in the game, and they reworked the development to get rid of him because he left the company or pissed off Vince McMahon somehow. Yeah, that's how Andre the Giant made it in the game, I believe.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that they had bangers. But anyway, like I was saying, you go back to the GameCube generation, complete flop. I don't even know how they still was in business after the GameCube. They lucked up with the Wii. They threw everything at the wall and said, fuck it, we got to do something to stay in business. The Wii was a massive hit. One of the greatest systems ever created, so innovative. Library was... We can have a conversation about the library. But they had Nintendo Sports. They had Wii Sports. Mm-hmm. So we don't give a fuck about the rest of the library because that's one of the greatest games ever made. You know? Yeah. Shout out to my boy Matt. He was unbeatable in that game. No matter what sport you pick, Matt was knocking you out. He was hitting home runs. You know? So shout out to Ballhead Matt on Wii Sports. And then and then they come back with the Wii U. Trash. Another flop. How do people still look at Nintendo as
it's the handhelds, man? the handhelds kept them afloat through those shitty fucking consoles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what it came. And I never had not one.
You didn't have a Nintendo handheld?
That was the one thing. My parents were cool with video games. The one thing was the handhelds. They were like, no. He's like, if you leave this house, you're not playing video games. You're gonna go experience the world, whatever you're doing. And because of that, I never like formed an attachment to handhelds. So yeah, I never bought one even as an adult. Man,
I had the Game Boy. My aunt gave me the original Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. I had the DS. I had the 3DS, which also was a flop that they got away with.
The Game Boy Advance.
Just know, right? You had all that. If we were ever in the same place, just know I was looking at you like, motherfucker, man.
I think the Game Boy Advance is the best handheld ever made. In my opinion. I love it.
It looks sick. I played it for about 15 minutes, but it looks cool.
I'll agree with that because that library was like
it's
crazy,
library.
Yo. They had everything on that thing. They had wrestling games, superhero games. They had the Sonic games on there, Mario, all that shit.
If you're not gonna count Pokemon games as someone's first JRPG, which you would because it's a JRPG, but like I played Golden Sun was the first one where I played a JRPG in that style, right? Like Final Fantasy, and I loved that game so much. And then I played like Breath of Fire on the Game Boy Advance, and I had a Tony Hawk game on the Game Boy Advance. That shit was epic, bro.
I had Tekken. I had Tekken on there.
No, what? They had Tekken on the.
They had Tekken on Game Boy Advance.
No, they did.
They did. Tekken 3. I think. No, it was called Tekken Advance. I think.
I remember they had like original Doom on the Game Boy Advance. I played all the Pokemon games.
Okay. The original Doom's on my microwave.
Yeah. So I mean, like
everything.
That little handheld, and I mean, like mine was like pimped out. It had like the magnifying lens connected to it with the light on the top.
Yeah.
You had the thing.
Right. It didn't have a backlit screen at first, right? Like they revised it, but
not until the SP. Yeah. And I dislike the SP more because it's not as like the Game Boy Advance. The original Game Boy Advance was like this, like it was horizontal. Like
the SP was weird. The layout,
the SP was like this.
Yeah, it was weird.
So it was like, you had to hold it with your hands more close together. I mean, as a kid, it wasn't a big deal, but I don't know. It was more ergonomic. I wish they had just added a backlit screen to the standard one. Yeah. But it also one of those things where it's funny. It's like Nintendo had the SP had a handheld with a rechargeable battery, and we're still putting batteries in our Xbox controllers in 2024. But yeah, I mean, I had so many attachments on my Game Boy Advance.
I had the nightlight for the Game Boy Color.
I mean, I was going through batteries, like I was going through AA batteries, like crazy on that thing.
Taking AA's out of everything in the house.
I'm sad though. I'm sad that I didn't hang on to a lot of my old consoles and games. Like
Man. We would be sitting on a gold mine today, man. If I kept all the systems I had, Jesus, man.
Yeah, I have 20 consoles in this room right now.
So it's just there's something about it. It's like I can emulate everything on my computer, but it's just not the same.
That's the only thing. Dude. It's like, I mean, to me, if I can get the controllers that were representative of it, to me, it wouldn't really be a difference. Yeah. Like I play Dreamcast on my PC, but not having that Dreamcast controller is kind of like it's not the same experience, man.
Yeah. And I believe, I think it was in the last year, they started making Bluetooth Saturn controllers, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. I would definitely grab one of those. You know what else I do is I get, or at least when I can, I try to get the modern like they make modern versions of wireless controllers. Like for my N64, I have a wireless Nintendo controller. Mm. For the Genesis, I believe I have one. I want to get one for my Saturn. Like I think that goes a really long way to making things more convenient to play when you go back to play those things, because you don't have to like scoot up on the couch and shit. And especially the Dreamcast controller where the wire comes out the bottom. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that, dude.
In the PS2 Xbox generation, I don't recall. Mm-hmm. I had a Wavebird for my GameCube. Was that the first wireless controller?
Yes.
It was?
First party, like OEM. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I had that one, but I don't ever remember. I haven't remember.
Dude, you know how expensive those are now?
I can't imagine, man.
That's $100 if you want to get one, at least.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to eBay real quick.
I have one. I got a working one, and you know what the problem is? You can't even do the thing where like I thought it. What's that?
Yeah, they're like 80 to $90
For Waybird.
on
And
either. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can't even do the thing. You know how it has the receiver and it has the controller?
Yeah.
You can't even like buy them separately because they had different receivers. So you could buy a receiver that will not ever match up with the
Really?
controller you have.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
wow.
have to
So
yeah, dude. So
every Waybird had their own receiver.
not every, but it was like there was enough of them where like if you buy a controller and you buy a receiver, there's like a really good chance it's not going to match
Oh,
up with the
wow.
controller you have.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have to buy them together.
Sammy's got his expensive, priceless Wavebird controllers at the bottom of his controller basket.
It's at the top, motherfucker. It's sitting right at the top, right there. Okay.
With like
I'm
with
gonna
like
post a picture tonight.
with like a handful of receivers just thrown in a drawer somewhere. No idea which one goes with which.
It's actually exactly true, but
Yeah. You listen. You gotta untangle them wires, man. That'll make a good video for the channel.
it's all
Clean
wrapped
that damn
up.
basket
They're all
up.
wrapped up.
No, that's horrible. They're not gonna work in a year. Clean that. Unwrap them damn wires. They're not gonna work. You're gonna short the cords, yo, wrapping them around the damn controller like a mad.
It's funny though, but like when I was out today, so I bought that and I have no idea how to point on camera, but that little ottoman right there in front of my TV,
Yeah.
it's got controllers in it now.
Dang.
Nice.
So
Were you thinking about me when you got it? Is that what you're saying?
I was like, I bought proper furniture for storing things. Not a laundry
bullshit.
basket.
What you got it in a clothes hamper?
Yeah, he's got it in a clothes hamper in a
What the
freaking
hell?
clothes basket. He can't even lift it; it's so heavy.
Bro, come on, bro. Look at them wrapped up ass controllers, bro. He's gonna kill him like that. Look.
It's
Look
got
at
a.
look at them N64 controllers all wrapped up.
Is that a
Oh my
squirt
god.
gun?
Look at that. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah, there's the wave.
All
gun.
right here.
Waybird.
That's for you, $20.99
Dual
right
sense
there.
that he
baby.
don't use.
Yeah, he just tossed it in there all like he tossed it in there like he was throwing trash away. Like,
Yeah, that's horrible.
Oh, it's a dual sense, you know. So.
Oh my
I
god.
got the dual senses on a charging station over there.
Yeah, I'm about to put mine on the charging station.
You know that dual sense is always dead in that damn basket. He ain't never charged it.
Oh my
Yeah, 'cause
god.
I don't use it, man. I haven't turned a PS5 on in months.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it soon, man. I got a lot of games to play. So, but yeah, no, that thing's perfect. It's peak. That's pure gamer. And if you guys have a problem with it, you're frauds. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
No, you gonna have a problem with it when you go to plug that N64 controller up and that shit don't work.
I guarantee you every single one of them works. Okay,
All
that's
right.
personal
No,
guarantee.
I've got a USB N64 controller for the PC out in the living room, so I can use it for emulators.
That's
pretty
pretty
awesome.
sick. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Listen, so somebody gotta make a Dreamcast controller, please. Make.
They do, man. That's the next one. I need it,
I need that so bad, bro.
bro. A wireless Dreamcast controller changes my life. I'll be
Just
honest
a
with you.
Dreamcast controller, period. Even if it's not wireless, just make one for the PC. God damn.
Yeah, that'd be sick though, for sure.
All right, well, listen, y'all got anything else to talk about?
Oh, you know what? I did have one more thing. So, our oh man, this is a sad story actually. Yeah, no, our buddy Johnny Oates. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He very recently got shit on by a bird, and it ruined his life.
Oh, God.
So we're starting a GoFundMe to just try and help get him back up on his feet. I mean, the wheels have really come off since that bird shit all over him. So I'll post the link on Twitter, you know, and just if you guys find it in your heart to help him out, that'd be really great.
Oh my god.
That's it though. That's all I got.
Thoughts and prayers to Johnny Oates, man. Thoughts and prayers to Johnny and the family.
So
Get well soon, man. We hope you good. Hope you're in good spirits, and we hope it doesn't take you long to recover.
Yeah, we're thinking about you, bro. We're thinking about you.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
What you got, Steven? You got anything?
No, just we have the new Discord channel, which we'll probably have another link for that posted when we post this episode.
Yeah, post
And
the link
then,
in the chat, and I'll post it on the episode when I
Yeah, I'll create one that's always good. And then we're still doing that giveaway at 100 subs, right? I don't know what
Right.
we're.
Yes, we at 61 as of right now. Star Wars Outlaws giveaway. They just dropped the 10 minutes of gameplay, so I'm about to go watch that right now as soon as we done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 100 subscribers giveaway. Please subscribe,
We're,
like, comment, all that.
We're at 62.
62 as of right now.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so-
I'm
Beautiful.
also waiting for Evo. this weekend, to see if we're gonna get that release date for Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, so we can get this tournament going and we can get it cracking.
Let's go.
So yeah, we look forward to that. Do we have anything else?
No, I mean, I just also maybe Steven could stop getting on the Twitter account and messing with 2099 like that, man.
Yeah, bro, stop trolling, bro.
Wow.
That shit was crazy, man. That was wild behavior.
Did we not have any mailbag questions this week?
No.
No mailbag questions. Thanks for bringing that up.
Look, Sammy's scaring everybody away. Don't nobody want to ask questions, bro.
I know. Well, it was my turn this week with my little slip up there. So Sammy will get us canceled. Sammy's getting us canceled by the conservatives, and I'm gonna get us canceled by the liberals.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Listen, I'm shocked that it ain't nothing on my jacket yet. I'm shocked that y'all two are the ones that are gonna get us canceled and not me.
Yeah, I never thought that was going on.
I am. Look. I am genuinely remorseful for that because I don't use that word at all. I don't think anyone's ever seen me type it or say it.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out.
Okay.
Don't worry, bro.
Yeah, like
Nah, he didn't even say nothing.
No, I didn't.
Not for us. No.
Yeah, he didn't even say nothing.
I caught myself mid sentence. So
yeah. Nah, man, you're all good. All right, man. Well, that's everything I got for sure.
All right, man. Listen, shout out to everybody. We're gonna tap in with y'all next week. We're gonna post some behind the scenes stuff on the Twitter, so make sure y'all go check that out. Make sure y'all sign my petition tomorrow. Free Donkey Kong. I'm gonna have it up. We hoping to get 50,000 signatures. So if you want to see Donkey Kong,
hell yes.
And we're gonna talk about that Deadpool vs Wolverine next week too. That's coming out.
Yes.
Gonna be very interesting. But with that being said, we will see y'all next week.
Love you all, Johnny. You're in my thoughts, bud.
Thoughts and prayers, Johnny. Thoughts and prayers.
Be strong, Johnny.